What's up, guys? Say hello to a brand new Minecraft series. The idea for this one is really simple. Every Minecraft day, the language changes, and while I'm trying to beat the game, we're also going to learn a little bit about whatever language is the game for that day. And today's language is Shakespearean English. Now, before you click off thinking there's going to be some boring class, Shakespearean English is actually pretty interesting. It's the type of English that was spoken around like 400 years ago, during the time of William Shakespeare, as you can tell by the name, Shakespearean English. Um, by the way, what I'm actually trying to check for treasure chests right now, but I think I failed horribly. Anyways, most people refer to the language as the one which everybody sounds dramatic, etc., etc. And yeah, William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and actor who lived from 1564 to 1616. He's often considered one of the greatest writers in history. He wrote famous plays like Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and Macbeth, and Midsummer Night's Dream. It's fascinating that people are still studying his work hundreds of years later. Most writers are lucky if people remember them 10 years after they're gone. Shakespeare has been dead for over 4 centuries, and students are still writing essays about him. Yeah, crazy stuff. Now, one of the reasons Shakespearean English sounds weird to us is because some of the words changed over time. For example, instead of saying you, people often said thou or thee. Instead of saying your, they said die. Instead of are, they might say art, like thou art, etc., etc. So, if I wanted to tell someone to move, I could say, thou art standing in my way. Will the person understand me? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But, it sounds cool. Another thing about Shakespearean English is that it wasn't actually a completely different language. If you look closely, a lot of it's actually still very understandable. Like, just check it out yourself if you want to. Shakespeare gets quoted all the time, but sometimes people don't even know what the quote means. And Shakespeare loved making up words, like, seriously. Historians believe he either invented or helped popularize in hundreds of words and phrases that still use today. Words like lonely, fashionable, and bedroom are often linked to Shakespeare. He also popularized phrases like break the ice, wild goose chase, and a heart of gold. And heart of gold, close enough. So there's a good chance you've used Shakespearean expressions without even realizing it. Now here's something that surprised me. People often think everybody talked like him back in the day, like Shakespeare back in the day. But that's probably not true. Shakespeare was a writer, and writers tend to make things sound more dramatic and interesting. It's kind of like how people don't actually talk the same way they talk, like when they're writing essays for like English stuff. Nobody walks in the room and says, "Greetings, fellow classmates. I trust this day find a D in excellent health." At least I hope not. Most people hope probably spoke in the simpler ways, but Shakespeare's play was designed to entertain audiences, so he made the language more creative and memorable. Speaking of creative language, Shakespeare used a lot of metaphors and wordplay. A metaphor is when you compare one to another without literally saying that exact thing. For example, saying all the world's a stage. He didn't mean the earth was literally like a giant theater. He meant that life is kind of like a play where everyone has different roles. Pretty deep stuff, you know what I'm saying? Another interesting thing is that pronunciation was different back then. Some words didn't sound exactly the way they do now. In fact, if we could travel back in time and hear Shakespeare speaking, there's a very decent chance that we'd be surprised by his accent. It probably wouldn't sound like the fancy voice that people used to like mimic him back like today, as of today. Like people say "thou art in my way" or whatever. He could sound a lot different from that. That's one of the coolest things about language, actually. Languages are constantly changing. The English we speak today is different from Shakespeare's English, and 400 years from now, people might think the way we talk now sounds strange too. Okay, so here's some common Shakespearean words that you can just learn. Thou means you. Thee also means you. Die means yours, your. Hast means have. Dost means do. And art means are. Everything sounds more important in Shakespearean English. You can trip over a block and be like, "Alas, my foot had betrayed me." And like that just sounds instantly dramatic. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I really like about Shakespearean English is how expressive it is. Even if you don't fully understand every word, it often sounds emotional and powerful. That's probably one reason why Shakespeare's plays have lasted so long. The stories are interesting, but the language makes them memorable. Of course, if you're reading Shakespeare for the first time, it can feel confusing. You'll see words you've never seen before, strange sentence structures, and characters who somehow turn every conversation into a speech. But once you get used to it, it becomes a lot easier. And honestly, it actually can be pretty fun. Especially when you start translating normal modern sentences into Shakespearean English. For example, "Can you move?" becomes "What does thou kindly move?" Or "I need food" becomes "Mine hunger demanded nourishment." Of course, it won't be easy to like say, but it'll be instantly dramatic as soon as you start saying that shit. Fish. Anyway, that's today's language. As the series goes on, we'll be looking at all kinds of different language and language styles from around the world and hopefully learning some interesting things along the way. If you enjoyed the first episode, let me know what you think of the idea. Leave a like if you learned something, subscribe if you want to see the next language, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ferdy. Okay, so I'm editing this in right now, and the script was not long enough because this video is 9 minutes long. The script took me like 5 minutes to complete it, to like read it all. So I don't really know what to do now. I'm just gonna maybe talk about what I'm doing. Uh, so yeah, don't mind the lag. At least try your best not to. It's very. Oh, ruins portal. Um, I don't know how I'm supposed to commentate this. I don't have a topic to talk about. Um, I don't want to start searching more about Shakespeare. Maybe I should. Let me search up Shakespeare. Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. Um, uh, William Shakespeare. Um, he was born in Stratford upon Avon, whatever that is, United Kingdom. Um, he wrote the plays. Some other plays he wrote was. Wait. Oh my god, I almost died right there. So the reason I almost died is like I usually have my sprints, my sneak on like hold. For some reason it was, I had my sprint, I usually have oh my gosh, I cannot talk. I usually have my sneak on toggle, but that time was on hold for some reason. And oh yeah, by the way, I changed the Minecraft language. I think you guys have noticed that by now. Like I'm getting all these languages from the Minecraft language settings, whatever you want to call it. And I picked Shakespearean English for the first one. I don't know why. I just thought I went first, and so yeah, that's why the languages are gonna be different each time, and hopefully I don't think it will be that hard to like. Yeah, it won't be hard because I can see the icons of the different languages, and the advancements are gonna look pretty funny as well. So yeah, that's fun fact. What else? This video is still has 2 minutes left. Um, so okay, back to Shakespeare. Um, Shakespeare. I'm gonna open Wikipedia. I can tell me more about Shakespeare. Um, Shakespeare, an English playwright, poet, and actor, regarded as the greatest writer in English language, and world's preeminent dramatist. He's often called England's national poet, Bard of Avon, or simply the Bard. His extant works, including collaborations, consist of 39 plays, 154 sonnets. Sure. Bro, I'm not reading all this. Wait, I want to search up how many words did Shakespeare um, invent or popularize? Wait, I didn't type it well. How many words did Shakespeare invent? And up to 1,700 words. Wow. Um, that's nice to know. Imagine Shakespeare didn't exist. Imagine how we'd be talking. No, that would actually be crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what now? Okay, the video is about to end soon. I guess that's enough for today. I'll see you guys next one. Fare thee well again.